Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these $quarter that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of US coins, and we've got a special treat for you. We're going to take a closer look at the United States 1983 $quarter, a coin you might have in your collection, but you may not realize just how valuable it could be. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, this video is packed with insights that will make you want to check your spare change. The quarter is one of the most iconic coins in the United States, and over the years, many have passed through our hands without a second thought. But did you know that some quarters, especially from the 1980s, can be worth much more than their face value? Well, the 1983 quarter is one of those coins, and today we're going to explore why it's generating so much buzz in the coin community and what makes it such a valuable treasure. Let's start by taking a step back in time. The year 1983 was a notable one in the US, with economic changes on the horizon, but it was also an important time for the US Mint. That year, the US government was in the midst of a major transition in coin production, switching from the older, heavier copper-nickel quarters to a more cost-efficient composition. This change meant that quarters produced during this time were slightly different from the ones you might find in circulation today. Now, we all know that the standard design of the quarter hasn't changed much in the past few decades. The famous eagle on the reverse side, symbolizing strength and freedom, and George Washington's profile on the obverse side, represent America's spirit and history. But what makes the 1983 quarter unique is not the design but the composition and the specific minting process. At the time, the US Mint was transitioning from using a heavier copper-nickel alloy to a copper-clad version that was cheaper to produce but still retained the same weight and size. While this switch didn't cause any noticeable difference to the general public, it did create a series of coins with variations that could be worth far more than you might expect. A significant factor in determining the value of a coin is its rarity and condition. The 1983 quarter, in general, wasn't minted in unusually low numbers, but there is something specific to look out for: a rare minting error. Some 1983 quarters were struck with what's known as the D/D mintmark error. This means that the letter D on the coin was stamped twice, with one mark slightly over the other. This error occurred at the Denver Mint and is relatively rare. Now, let's talk about the condition of the coin. As with most collectible coins, the value increases significantly if the coin is in excellent, uncirculated condition. You may find a 1983 quarter that looks like it just came off the minting press, shiny and flawless. These well-preserved specimens are highly prized by collectors. A quarter that has survived the years without the usual wear and tear, with its fine details clearly visible, can fetch a pretty penny. But there's more. Even though the 1983 quarter wasn't originally released in extremely limited quantities, certain errors, especially the D/D minting error, are highly sought after by collectors. When a coin has a minting flaw like this, it becomes a rare piece of history. That's why the 1983 quarter with the D/D mintmark is often listed for much more than its face value. In fact, when you find one in pristine condition or with a noticeable error, the value skyrockets. If you were to come across one of these rare 1983 quarters, especially with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth as much as $49,000. Yes, you heard that right, $49,000 for a single coin. Imagine that. A coin that you might have in your pocket or stashed away in a coin jar could potentially be worth more than most people's cars. So, how do you know if you have one of these rare 1983 quarters? Start by looking closely at the mintmark. It's located just below George Washington's profile on the front of the coin. If you see a D and it looks like two Ds are stacked on top of each other, then you might have a D/D mintmark error. Next, take a close look at the overall condition of the coin. If it's shiny and free of any noticeable wear, you could be holding onto something quite special. If you think you've found one of these valuable 1983 quarters, the best thing to do is to have it professionally appraised by a reputable numismatist or coin dealer. They can give you an accurate estimate of the coin's worth and help you understand its market value. But don't just take it to any local coin shop. Find one with a good reputation and experience with rare US coins. It's always exciting to find out that a coin you thought was worth just a few cents could turn out to be worth thousands of dollars. The 1983 quarter, particularly with a rare minting error, is a perfect example of how coins can be hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. So, whether you're a coin collector, a treasure hunter, or just someone curious about the potential value of your loose change, keep an eye out for the 1983 quarter. You never know, you might just stumble upon a small fortune. Thank you so much for joining us today as we explored the history and value of the 1983 quarter. We hope this video has sparked your interest in coin collecting and given you some valuable knowledge to help you on your journey. If you have any questions or have discovered any rare coins in your collection, drop us a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a video on the world of rare coins. Thanks again for watching. Top 2, we have a fascinating topic that could turn your everyday change into a potential goldmine, the 1986 United States quarter dollar. This seemingly ordinary coin from the mid-80s could be worth a whole lot more than its face value, especially if you know what to look for. Stick around because we're going to explore why this quarter might just be sitting on a small fortune, and trust me, you'll want to know the details. The 1986 quarter is part of the Washington series that has been in circulation since 1932, but it's not just your average piece of currency. While many 1986 quarters can be found in your pocket change or coin jar, there are specific features about this coin that can make it extremely valuable. You see, even though the 1986 quarter was minted in large quantities, certain factors, like minting errors and the condition of the coin, can send its value through the roof. Let's start by looking at the design of this quarter. On the front, we see the iconic portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. His image has graced the quarter since 1932 and is one of the most recognizable symbols of American currency. On the back, we have the majestic eagle, representing freedom and strength. The eagle design has evolved over time, but the 1986 version is part of a long-standing tradition that connects the country's past with its future. But here's where things get interesting: the real value of a coin isn't just about the design. It's about the rarity, the minting process, and of course, the condition of the coin. And that's where the 1986 quarter starts to stand out. Over time, certain variations have emerged that make this coin one to watch for. First, let's talk about the basic details. The 1986 quarter was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the latter being the one most commonly found in circulation. However, due to factors like the minting process, some of these coins ended up with interesting flaws that make them extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most notable variations that can be found in the 1986 quarter is a subtle but highly sought-after mint error. This error is known as the double die variety, where the design on the coin was struck twice during the minting process. This results in a coin where the features, especially the details on the eagle and Washington's profile, are slightly doubled. While it may not be immediately obvious, a closer inspection can reveal the distinct doubled features. Coins like these, with mint errors, are incredibly rare and often attract the attention of serious collectors willing to pay a premium for them. The other factor that adds value to the 1986 quarter is its condition. As with any collectible, the state of preservation plays a huge role in determining its worth. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition, without any visible wear or damage, are considered more valuable than those that have been through years of circulation. If you happen to find a 1986 quarter in what's called uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used in transactions and still has a shiny, almost brand new appearance, its value skyrockets compared to a coin with signs of wear. Now, let's talk about the market demand. While many quarters from the 1980s can be found in large numbers, the 1986 quarter has been gaining significant attention in the coin collecting community. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity combined with high demand is the perfect recipe for a valuable coin. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins from specific years that show unique features or minting errors. And with the increasing interest in coins from the 1980s, the 1986 quarter is definitely becoming a hot item. The combination of the double die error and the potential for finding uncirculated coins means that this quarter can easily be worth much more than just 25 cents. In fact, certain 1986 quarters, especially those in pristine condition or with noticeable minting errors, have been known to sell for impressive amounts. So, if you happen to have one of these rare and well-preserved 1986 quarters in your collection, don't just assume it's worth its face value. Take the time to carefully examine it, because it could be worth a small fortune. At this point, you're probably wondering just how much a 1986 quarter can actually be worth. Well, the answer might surprise you. If you happen to have a 1986 quarter with a double die error or one that's in excellent, uncirculated condition, it could easily fetch a value of up to $45,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $45,000 for a single 1986 quarter. That's the kind of value some of these rare coins can achieve, and it's a reminder of how the world of coin collecting can turn everyday items into prized possessions. If you think you've got one of these valuable quarters, it's always a good idea to have it professionally appraised by a certified numismatist or a reputable coin dealer. They can help you determine the true value of your coin and offer you advice on how to preserve and protect it for the future. As always, make sure to check your coin jars, old collections, and even your pocket change. You never know when you might come across a coin that could change your life. The 1986 quarter is just one example of how coins from relatively recent years can become hidden treasures. So, the next time you're handling a quarter, take a second look. You might just be holding on to something worth a lot more than you think. Top 3, we're diving into the fascinating world of US currency, and we've got a coin that might just surprise you with its hidden value. We're talking about the United States 1989 quarter dollar. At first glance, it might seem like just another quarter you'd find in your pocket change. But don't be fooled, this 1989 quarter could actually be worth a whole lot more than its face value. Stick with us as we explore why this coin has been catching the attention of collectors, and how it could potentially be worth thousands of dollars. The 1989 quarter is part of the long-standing Washington quarter series, a design that has graced U.S. quarters since 1932. The front side of the coin features the iconic profile of George Washington, the first president of the United States. On the reverse side, we see the eagle, a symbol of freedom and strength. It's a design that is familiar to many of us, and this specific quarter was produced in relatively large quantities. But despite the large mintage, there are some rare and unique features about this coin that have made it a prized possession among collectors. Now, you may be wondering, why would a 1989 quarter be worth so much? The truth is, the value of a coin is determined by a number of factors: rarity, condition, and any minting errors that might have occurred during production. For the 1989 quarter, the main factor that contributes to its value is a rare minting error that can be found on some of the coins from that year. One of the most sought-after features in the world of coin collecting is the die crack or double die error. These errors happen during the minting process, when something goes wrong with the machinery or the dies used to strike the coins. In the case of the 1989 quarter, some coins were struck with a unique die crack that ran through certain areas of the coin, creating an unusual visual anomaly. This die crack is rare, and when collectors spot one of these errors, it's like finding a hidden treasure. In addition to the die crack, another factor that contributes to the value of the 1989 quarter is its condition. As with most collectibles, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins that are in uncirculated or near-perfect condition are highly sought after, especially when they have little to no signs of wear or damage. The 1989 quarter, like many coins from this era, was produced in large numbers and circulated widely, which means most of them have signs of wear and tear. But finding one in excellent condition, free from scratches or dings, is a rare find, and that's exactly what collectors are looking for. Coins from the 1980s, especially those in uncirculated condition or with minting errors, are becoming increasingly desirable in the collector market. This is partly due to the fact that as time goes on, fewer and fewer of these coins remain in circulation in pristine condition. The more time that passes, the rarer it becomes to find a 1989 quarter that hasn't been worn down by years of handling or spending. This is why the 1989 quarter, despite being relatively common in terms of production, has begun to fetch significant prices in the coin collecting world. Now, you might be wondering, how much can I actually get for a 1989 quarter? Well, the answer depends on several factors, including the coin's condition and whether it features any minting errors. A standard 1989 quarter in average condition might only be worth its face value, 25 cents. However, if you have one of the rare quarters with a minting error, such as the die crack or double die, and it's in excellent or uncirculated condition, the value can soar. For those lucky enough to own one of these rare and error-filled 1989 quarters, the price can be quite impressive. Some of these coins, especially those with the die crack or double die error, have been known to sell for as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a single 1989 quarter. That's the kind of value some of these rare coins can achieve. And it's proof of just how much the world of coin collecting can turn ordinary coins into extraordinary treasures. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare 1989 quarters? Start by inspecting the coin closely. Look for any unusual marks or cracks along the edges or features of the design. The die crack will typically be visible in certain areas of the coin, often across the eagle or Washington's profile. The double die error, on the other hand, will cause the design to appear slightly doubled, especially on Washington's face and the eagle's wings. If you spot any of these errors, you may just have a coin that's worth far more than you imagined. If you think you found a rare 1989 quarter, it's always a good idea to have it appraised by a professional. A reputable numismatist or coin dealer can help you determine the exact value of your coin and give you advice on how to preserve it for the future. After all, a coin like this could be worth a small fortune. Before we wrap up, let's remind ourselves why coin collecting is so exciting. It's not just about having a collection of coins, it's about discovering hidden gems and learning about history along the way. A simple quarter from 1989 might seem like a throwaway piece of currency, but it could actually be a rare artifact from a specific moment in time, just waiting to be uncovered. The thrill of finding a coin with a minting error, or one in perfect condition, is what makes coin collecting so rewarding. Top 4 video is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into a coin that you might have overlooked in your collection, but could be worth a whole lot more than you expect. We're talking about the 2002 Mississippi State Quarter, part of the famous 50-state quarter program. Now, while most of these quarters are fairly common, there's a special edition of the 2002 Mississippi Quarter that could fetch you a fortune if you know where to look. In 1999, the United States Mint launched the 50-state quarter program, which celebrated each state by issuing a unique quarter for every state in the Union. Each design was meant to capture something iconic about the state it represented, and the 2002 Mississippi Quarter was no exception. The quarter features the Mississippi State outline, a majestic image of a river boat, representing the famous Mississippi River, and a flower that symbolizes the Magnolia State. When the Mississippi Quarter was first released, it was a moment of pride for residents of the state and coin collectors alike. But little did most people know, this quarter would become one of the more sought-after coins in the 50-state quarter series due to a rare and special minting error that occurred during production. Now, you might be thinking, a Mississippi quarter? What makes it so special? Well, just like with any rare coin, the value lies in the details. While many 2002 Mississippi quarters were minted and circulated, a small percentage of them feature a distinct error that has made them extremely valuable to collectors. This error is a subtle but highly coveted one, a die crack error. A die crack occurs when there's a crack or break in the die used to strike the coin. This crack can leave an impression on the coin itself, causing a unique mark that wasn't intended in the original design. In the case of the 2002 Mississippi Quarter, certain coins were struck with a die crack that created an unusual and interesting design flaw. This flaw makes these coins stand out, and collectors know that finding one of these rare error coins could be a huge win. The die crack is usually found along the edge or through specific parts of the design. The crack itself is typically visible across the river boat image or along the state outline, and it's subtle enough that it's not always immediately obvious to the untrained eye. But for collectors, these imperfections are like a treasure map leading to a rare and valuable coin. Now, before you go running to your coin jar, let's talk about why condition matters. The value of any coin is largely determined by how well it's been preserved over time. Even if your 2002 Mississippi quarter has a die crack error, it won't be worth nearly as much if it's worn down from years of circulation. Collectors are always looking for coins that are in pristine or near perfect condition. If the Mississippi quarter you found is in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used in everyday transactions and still looks brand new, it's a goldmine waiting to be discovered. But here's the kicker: even if your coin has some visible wear, but it still has the die crack error, it could still be worth a small fortune. There are a few rare instances where coins in less than perfect condition have been sold for high prices simply because they contain these unique minting errors. You might be asking, how much is this 2002 Mississippi quarter really worth? Well, here's where things get exciting. As rare minting errors become more and more sought after, the price for these coins can rise dramatically. Depending on the severity of the die crack error and the condition of the coin, the 2002 Mississippi quarter could fetch up to $32,000. Yes, you read that right, $32,000 for a single coin. That's an incredible amount for something that might have just been hanging out in your change jar all these years. It's a testament to how valuable rare minting errors can be, and it goes to show that even coins that seem ordinary can be worth a lot more than you might think. If you think you have one of these rare Mississippi quarters with a die crack or any other minting error, it's a good idea to have it professionally appraised. Certified numismatists can help identify any rare features or errors that might be hidden on the coin, and they can give you an accurate idea of its value. But remember, not all Mississippi quarters are valuable, and the key to unlocking their worth is finding those coins with unique features, like the die crack, in good condition. So, the next time you're sorting through your coin collection, don't dismiss that 2002 Mississippi quarter as just another ordinary piece of currency. Take a closer look and see if you've got a rare error on your hands. You never know, your small coin collection might just hold the key to a big payday. Top 5 and last rare coin. We're diving into the exciting world of US quarters, and we have a real treat for you. We're going to take a closer look at the 2002 Louisiana State Quarter, part of the famous 50 State Quarter series. At first glance, this may seem like just another quarter, but this particular coin could be worth far more than its face value. If you've ever wondered how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a small fortune, you're in for a fascinating journey. Let's break down what makes this 2002 Louisiana quarter so special and why it might be hiding a surprising value. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began issuing the 50 state quarters, a unique program that highlighted each state's history and culture with a distinctive design on the reverse side of the quarter. Louisiana, known for its vibrant culture, rich history, and, of course, its famous Mardi Gras celebrations, was honored with its own state quarter in 2002. The design features a beautiful image of the iconic pelican, which is not only the state bird but also a symbol of Louisiana's natural beauty. Surrounding the pelican are the words, "Louisiana Purchase," referencing the significant land deal that greatly expanded the territory of the United States. The Louisiana quarter is a beautiful tribute to the state, but what makes it truly fascinating for collectors are the rare and unexpected minting errors that sometimes appear on these coins. You see, coins that are part of the 50 state quarter program were minted in large quantities, but even a minor flaw or misprint can make a coin incredibly valuable. Over the years, collectors have discovered that some of the 2002 Louisiana quarters contain rare and unique errors that have increased their worth exponentially. So, what kind of errors should you be looking for on the 2002 Louisiana quarter? One of the most notable is a rare die crack error. A die crack occurs when the metal dies used to stamp the coins during the minting process develop a crack. This crack can transfer onto the coin, leaving a permanent mark or line that's visible to the naked eye. For a collector, this makes the coin a one-of-a-kind find, adding to its rarity and value. another rare feature that could make your 2002 Louisiana quarter more valuable is a double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, causing parts of the image to appear doubled. In the case of the Louisiana quarter, this could mean the text, the pelican, or the surrounding elements of the design might appear slightly duplicated. A double die error is highly coveted by collectors because it represents a unique mistake in the minting process, making these quarters stand out from the rest. If you happen to find a 2002 Louisiana quarter with one of these rare errors, it could dramatically increase the coin's value. While a typical 2002 Louisiana quarter in circulated condition might only be worth its face value of 25 cents, the rare error versions can be worth thousands of dollars. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much could one of these rare 2002 Louisiana quarters be worth? Well, here's where things get exciting. A 2002 Louisiana quarter with a die crack or double die error can fetch an impressive price. If the coin is in excellent or uncirculated condition, meaning it shows little to no signs of wear or handling, its value can soar even higher. For a rare 2002 Louisiana quarter with a minting error in top condition, the value could go as high as $34,000. Yes, that's right, $34,000 for a single quarter. That's not a typo. A coin that most people wouldn't think twice about tossing into their change jar could end up being worth a small fortune. The combination of rarity, minting errors, and exceptional condition is what makes these coins so valuable in the world of collectors. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare Louisiana quarters? Start by closely inspecting the coin. Look for any signs of a die crack. This will usually appear as a thin line or crack that runs through the design, often across the pelican or along the edge of the coin. If you see any parts of the design that appear doubled, especially on the text or the bird itself, you could be looking at a double die error. The more distinct and visible the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Remember, condition is key. The best way to get the highest value for a rare 2002 Louisiana quarter is to keep it in pristine condition. If you've kept your coins in a safe place, away from handling, scratches, or wear, you may have a gem on your hands. If your coin is in uncirculated condition, with no visible marks or damage, it's going to be worth much more than a coin that has been used frequently. If you think you found one of these rare quarters, it's a good idea to have it appraised by a professional. Coin experts, or numismatists, can assess the condition of your coin, confirm whether it has any minting errors, and give you an accurate estimate of its worth. It's always a smart move to get a professional opinion before trying to sell or auction your coin. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and coins like the 2002 Louisiana quarter prove just how much hidden value can be locked away in a small piece of currency. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, it's always exciting to discover that the coin you thought was ordinary might actually be worth far more than you imagined. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the potential value of the 2002 Louisiana quarter. We hope this video has inspired you to take a closer look at your own coin collection, or maybe even check through your change jar for hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our future coin discoveries. Who knows, your next coin might just be worth thousands of dollars. Until next time, happy collecting.